Imagine a mansion, shrouded in mystery and tainted by a grim history. Nestled in the heart of a quaint Iowa town, its towering silhouette casts an ominous shadow that chills the spine of those who dare to glance its way. Its once grand facade, now weathered by time and neglect, echoes tales of a past that sends shivers down the spine. This is no ordinary mansion. It's a behemoth of secrets, a silent witness to a series of tragedies that unfolded within its solemn walls. This mansion's reputation is as notorious as the gruesome events it has housed. Stories of a pleasant summer's night turned nightmare have seeped from these walls and into the town's collective memory. They speak of a family, so full of life, whose dreams were abruptly seized by a fatal slumber. 6 innocent children, their parents and 2 guests, their lives snuffed out without a whisper of warning, their blood forever staining the mansion's history. Despite a nationwide manhunt, despite multiple suspects and 2 trials, the chilling murder remains unsolved. The mansion stands, a testament to this unresolved mystery, a silent sentinel echoing the screams of a bygone era. Now imagine a family, their hearts filled with joy as they present their daughter with a beautifully handcrafted dollhouse, a perfect miniature replica of this very mansion, painstakingly detailed and eerily accurate. Each room, each doll, reflecting the mansion's grim history in unsettling detail. The family, unaware of the dollhouse's dark origins, marvel at its craftsmanship, oblivious to the shadows that lurk within. As the sun sets and the moon takes its place in the night sky, the dolls come alive, reenacting the mansion's macabre past. The family, caught in a web of fear and confusion, watches as the dollhouse reveals its tale, night after night. Unbeknownst to them, this was no ordinary dollhouse. It was a miniature reflection of a house where darkness dwelled. Enter a family, blissfully unaware of the history they were inviting into their home with the purchase of a dollhouse. This was no ordinary family. They held a fondness for the unusual, the quirky, the whimsical. Their home was a treasure trove of curiosities, filled with objects that whispered tales of bygone eras. Yet their latest acquisition was different. It was a dollhouse, a marvel of craftsmanship, a miniature world that promised endless hours of play and imagination for their young daughter. The dollhouse was not just any plaything. It was a handcrafted masterpiece, a mirror image of a mansion notorious for its haunting past. Every room, every piece of furniture, every little doll, all were meticulously crafted to match the eerie mansion. From the imposing entrance to the shadowy attic, the dollhouse was a chilling replica, a miniature echo of the haunted mansion's grandeur and dread. The family marveled at the dollhouse's intricate details. They admired the delicate wallpaper patterns, the tiny chandeliers that hung from the ceilings, the miniature portraits that adorned the walls. The dolls themselves were enchanting, dressed in period clothing, with painted faces that held an unsettling realism. They were more than mere playthings. They were characters, silent actors in a macabre play yet to unfold. Their daughter was overjoyed. She spent hours arranging and rearranging the dolls, lost in a world of make-believe. But as she played, a sense of unease began to creep into the family's home. The dollhouse, with its uncanny resemblance to the haunted mansion, seemed to cast a shadow that reached beyond its tiny confines. Unseen by the family, the dolls began to move on their own, their painted faces frozen in a silent pantomime of the mansion's grim history. The dollhouse, once a source of joy and fascination, had become something else, something darker. As the sun set and the shadows grew long, the dollhouse took on a life of its own. As darkness fell, the dollhouse began to reveal its true nature. As night descended, the dolls within the house stirred, their plastic eyes gleaming with an unnatural light. It was as though an unseen puppeteer had seized control, compelling them to play out a disturbing tableau. Each night, under the cloak of darkness, the dolls began their eerie pantomime, mirroring the mansion's grim history in chilling detail. At first, the family dismissed these nocturnal activities as mere child's play, an overactive imagination perhaps. Their daughter's tales of the dolls moving about and whispering to each other were met with gentle smiles and comforting reassurances. But soon the innocent laughter that once filled the house gave way to an unsettling silence. The dolls, once cherished playthings, became objects of dread. The family watched in growing horror as they reenacted the mansion's sordid past. The father doll, mimicking a heinous act of violence, the mother doll, frozen in a tableau of terror, the children dolls, their expressions mirroring the fear of their life-sized counterparts. The family's confusion turned to icy fear as the dolls' performances grew increasingly detailed, their actions mirroring events that they could not possibly know. The dolls didn't just move, they seemed to live, to breathe, to remember. Night after night, they played out the same disturbing scenes, their painted smiles belying the horror they depicted. The dolls were not just toys, they were vessels, imbued with the memories of the mansion's past. They were echoes of a time long gone, a reminder of a history steeped in blood and terror. The family was not just witnessing a play, they were living through a haunting reenactment of the mansion's grim past. Fear morphed into terror, the dolls' nightly performances serving as a chilling reminder of the mansion's haunted history. The family could only watch, transfixed, as their home transformed into a stage for the dolls' macabre performances. The dolls were not just playthings, they were echoes of a past best forgotten. In the stillness of the night, the dolls came alive, their movements a haunting dance that told a tale of a mansion and its grim history. Every night the dolls played out a gruesome scene, a haunting echo of a century-old crime. In the stillness of the dollhouse, the miniature occupants would spring to life. Each evening they took their places, reenacting a dreadful tableau of a summer night in 1912. A family, just returned from a church service, settling into their beds for a peaceful sleep, unaware of the horror that awaited them. The father doll, representing Josiah Moore, was the first to be found by the daughter, lifeless on the floor of the dollhouse, a tiny blunt instrument beside him. The mother doll, Sarah, was discovered in the same state, mirroring the real-life crime where the parents were the first to be bludgeoned in their sleep. Next, the children dolls' turn came. In the dollhouse, they were arranged in a chillingly accurate representation of the Moore children, Herman, Catherine, Boyd, and Paul, along with two of their friends, Ina and Lena Stillinger. Each doll was found lifeless, just as their human counterparts were discovered in their beds over a century ago. As the family watched this horrifying spectacle unfold night after night, a sense of mounting dread took hold. They found themselves drawn into the grisly story, piecing together the events of that fateful night from the silent pantomime played out by the dolls. They would research the grim history of the Moore family, uncovering the grisly details of the unsolved crime. With each passing night, the dolls' performance grew more intense, more detailed, as if they were desperate to tell their tragic tale. The family could only watch, transfixed by the eerie spectacle, feeling the chill of the past seeping into their present. The dollhouse, a seemingly innocent toy, had become a portal to a grim chapter of history. It served as a chilling reminder of a time when a peaceful Iowa town was rocked by an unthinkable crime, a crime that remains unsolved to this day. In the quiet Iowa town, the echoes of the past were far from silent. Despite a nationwide manhunt, multiple suspects, and 2 trials, the brutal murder remained unsolved. The chilling echoes of this horrific event reverberated throughout the nation. The town of Villisca, Iowa, was forever marked by the tragedy that unfolded in that modest home on that fateful summer's night. The Moore family, known for their jovial and welcoming nature, were brutally silenced in their sleep. The mystery of their tragic demise has been the subject of numerous investigations, each one more desperate than the last to unveil the truth. Yet the truth remains elusive. Theories abound, suspects were questioned, and trials were held, but no definitive answers were ever found. The unsolved murder case has intrigued armchair detectives and professional investigators alike for more than a century. The public's fascination with the grim tale hasn't waned over the years. In fact, it has only grown stronger, fueled by the frustrating lack of resolution and the macabre allure of the unknown. As the real-life mystery continued to baffle the world, our unsuspecting family was left with their own eerie mystery to unravel. The meticulously handcrafted dollhouse, an innocent purchase turned chilling discovery, persistently reenacted the grim history of the haunted mansion. The dolls, once thought to be harmless playthings, became nightly performers of a dreadful pantomime, a silent play of death and despair. The family grappled with the chilling reality of their dollhouse, a seemingly harmless toy that held a menacing secret. For the dolls, the show never ends. Each night they take their places, ready to reenact the grim tale again and again. The intricate dollhouse, a mirror image of the notorious mansion, stands as a haunting reminder of the unsolved mystery. The family is left to wonder, to question, and to fear. What chilling secrets does the dollhouse hold? What truths are hidden in its miniature rooms? In the end, the dolls return to their silent vigil, their tiny faces a grim reminder of a history that refuses to be forgotten. The unresolved mystery continues to haunt, the echoes of the past forever trapped within the walls of the doll's house.